I got promoted while shopping at a store I don't work at. So yesterday I was at my favorite local supermarket. I've been shopping there pretty much once a week for the past 6 years, so I know the place like the back of my hand, and I know most of the employees by name because I live in a small town of under 4,000 people. As I'm standing in the taco aisle trying to decide exactly how hard to punish my bathroom later, I picked ghost pepper salsa, so a lot. I'm approached by a woman who must have been 75 if she was a day. SL will be sweet lady and I will be myself. Son, can you help me locate the aluminum foil? Sure, right up this way. And I walked her to aisle 7B. It's pretty high up. Let me grab it for you. Do you want Reynolds or the store brand? The name brand, please. And I handed her a 200-foot roll. Do you need help finding anything else? I'm a walking directory of the store. She handed me her shopping list and I spent about 10 minutes filling her cart with heavy and hard to reach items, and then I went back to my shopping with a smile and said, "Have a great day." As I'm standing in the checkout, I see the lady arguing with the floor manager, Greg. He goes to my church and we're familiar with each other over by the express line. I pay for my groceries and walk over to be nosy and maybe help out. She's telling Greg that the guy with the big red beard helped her and I didn't get his name, and she wants to see him get a bonus, promotion, or employee of the month something. Greg is insistent that no one with that description works there, and I get to the counter, and before I can explain I don't work there, Greg pipes up. "Oh, you mean Mark? Yeah, he's one of our best employees. Mark, this lady over here has been singing your praises for the past 5 minutes. I didn't even know you were working today." Well, Sharon, a cashier I know, called me and said we were slammed, so I came in on my day off. Well, that's some real initiative. How you'd like to be assistant to the regional manager. We're both huge Office fans. Oh my god, thank you. Are you sure? Well, you've definitely earned it. See, this is why I shop here instead of Walmart, even though you guys charge more. You care about your employees, and your employees care about your customers. So that is how I became assistant to the regional manager at a store I'm not even employed by. Honestly, I know you don't work there, but this is a pretty sweet situation, and I love the fact everyone just played along. Don't confuse the old lady even more. Just pretend Greg is now overlord of the entire world next time. Really step things up. Show him that you care. What's up, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be looking at a subreddit I don't think I've ever covered on the channel, which is r/I don't work here lady. Basically just about awkward situations where people have been thought to be a worker of a store. Sometimes they're mean, sometimes they're sweet, like helping old ladies. But regardless, I figured it would be something you guys will enjoy, so without further ado, let's hop on into it. Some assembly required. Good luck. This happened several years ago. I was the nighttime charge nurse over at the ICU. I'd just finished up a 12-hour shift at my hospital that had turned into a 14-hour shift because of rapid response right before shift change. The patient responded well. I was exhausted and had to return for a fourth shift in 9 hours, and all I wanted were some items to drop in the slow cooker so I'd have something to eat when I got up tonight. I stopped at a well-known big box store that sells groceries, clothes, electronics, the works. I'm wearing royal blue scrubs and a name badge with a big RN under it, and forgot to take my stethoscope off, so it's hanging around my neck, and the employees here, well, don't. As I'm walking towards the store, I see an elderly couple struggling to load a large box in their SUV parked in front of the store. And I mean old, 90 plus, shaky hands, teetering around with limited mobility. The kind I see with a med list 3 pages long, so no way would his hips take the weight without snapping, and I've worked enough tonight. So I approached quickly and addressed the female half of the couple, offering help, and it was gladly accepted, and I got the TV loaded up with very little difficulty. It was more cumbersome than heavy, and I'm chatting with the woman who's explaining it's a gift for their son, and her husband hadn't wanted to wait for help. I was wondering why an employee wasn't helping, and that's when it happened. Hey! Startled, we stop our conversation and look over, and it's a lady in her 50s dressed in cheap-looking beige pantsuits with a Get Your Manager hairstyle about 15 feet away with her hand on her overly broad hip. "If you're about done, I need help over here." She then points to her cart with 2 boxes of bookshelves, some assembly required, and I realize she thinks I work here. "Oh, sorry, I don't work." "You're already making me late. Just get it done and don't scratch up my pants." The elder lady and I exchange looks of disbelief, and I try again. I don't work here. Just get it done. She then steps away from her cart to grab her purse, grumbling something about idiots, and is digging around for her keys when the cart rolls further away and one of the wheels goes off the curb. The entire uneven load causes the cart to topple over, and I jump forward to try to prevent everything from falling. I was unsuccessful, and the woman, who is now turned to see her particle board bookshelves spilled out on the cement, corners of the boxes crushed, and one has torn open in a few pieces, and packaging now exposed, and she completely loses it, becoming a raging thunderstruck.
Oh, what the heck, you moron? Pick them up! Oh my god, I'm gonna have you fired! You owe me new bookshelves, and I'm late!
At this point, I'm done. Pick them up yourself. I don't work here. I then turn to go inside when I feel her grab my sleeves and try to yank me around, so I jerk my sleeve out of the grip and turn to face her now violently red face, and she opens her mouth and starts screaming again, but I put my finger in her face and say, "No, don't touch me. Shut up. I do not work here, and even if I did, I'd quit before I help you clean your crap up." And she stood there, speechless, mouth opening and closing, sputtering in shock that I've dared raise my voice at her. That's when the manager and an employee come out, and the woman sees the manager and finds her voice.
Are you the manager? This man damaged my bookshelves and is refusing to pay for them.
I just stare in shock. Seriously, having realized that a man in bright blue scrubs with a stethoscope and a big RN badge really doesn't work here, instead of apologizing, she chooses to double down on the craziness and accuse me of breaking her stuff. Before I can find my voice and voice my denial, the elderly gentleman I'd helped earlier steps in and explains the situation to the manager, and the woman is still voicing complaints, but the manager realizes the situation and apologizes to me and the couple. I'm standing by watching angrily as the manager deals with the woman and inspects the bookshelves, and they're not damaged. He offers her new boxes, but she's done with the whole situation and says no, she's already late because of me, and just glares over at me and says to the manager,
"Just load them. I'm late already enough because of this."
The manager and employee then lift up the boxes and wedge them into her car. As I shake my head and go to enter the store, I'm stopped by the elderly lady I'd helped earlier. "Sir, thank you so much for helping us with the TV. I'm so sorry people are so rude." She then reaches for my hand to give a shake, and as she folds both her fragile hands around mine, I can feel something in her palm she's giving me. "Don't look yet. Wait until she leaves." I slide the package into my scrub pocket, and the lady walks away, and then she gets into her car without apologizing or thanking anyone, peels out, and drives away. I finally enter the store to grab my food items when I reach into the pocket and pull out a plastic bag with a bunch of screws and hardware. I realize immediately that the sweet old lady took advantage of the commotion and stole the hardware out of the ripped box. I couldn't believe it. I had the biggest grin on my face as I did my shopping, and I have a new petty revenge hero to idolize. I want to be as petty as that old lady when I'm 90, you know, because that's not like self-destructively petty, that's not ruining someone's life petty, no. That's just annoying the ever-living crap out of somebody who deserves it. How do you not immediately know that the dude with the stethoscope on obviously does not work for this store? Like, I'm just not understanding how you can even possibly get that confused. Oh yeah, did you know that they also hired doctors to work stocking shelves here and loading stuff, just in case someone has a medical emergency? They always want to have one close. That doesn't make much sense now, does it? Okay? Like, let's be honest. I don't even know how you have this issue. I just got fired. I never thought I would experience this in my lifetime. I'm a hard worker, extremely dependable and respectful, and I'm not sure how I could lose a job like this, especially when I only just got it. So I work late and just about every night for the last few weeks at least. I stop by Walmart to get something for dinner, and I usually get off around midnight and stop by on my way home. Every time I'm at Walmart, barely anyone is there except for the night crew stocking up the store and doing their own thing. Now, from what I've noticed, they don't have much of a uniform. Many of them are in hoodies or jackets or different colors, just to add some context. So I show up last night and I'm wearing a hoodie, and I begin to walk up and down the aisles trying to figure out what I want for dinner. I'm thinking pasta and walk past a few guys who are loading shelves, and all of a sudden I start hearing this guy yelling. The voice gets louder. Hey, are you listening? I turn to see what's going on, and the guy approaches me. "You're late again. Don't think I haven't noticed you walking in the door after 12. I begin to laugh, thinking this guy is joking around, but before I can say anything, he jumps on me. "Oh, you think this is funny? Your job must not be that important to you. I want you to follow me to the office." Now I'm completely confused and start looking around like I'm on some hidden camera show, and he starts to walk off, and I turn around and go back to shopping. He comes back a minute later and starts to yell, "You want to be fired? Because if you don't come with me now, I'll fire you." I start to laugh even harder and then ask him, "What's my name?" And he gives me a look, so I asked him again, "What's my name? Do you even know who I am?" He looks at the other guys in the aisle who have stopped stocking the shelves at this point to watch this unfold, and then he looks back at me, trying to figure out what exactly to say back before his head explodes. Good luck filling out the paperwork to fire me when you don't even know my name, and I continue to laugh at this whole stupid charade, and I pick up some ingredients for spaghetti, trying to give this guy a clue. He storms off and I look at the other guys in the aisle. I'm sure he'll figure out eventually that I don't work here. They start laughing and I go on, and I can't believe I lost the job I just found out I had the same night. I just love that he came back multiple times to talk to this dude and at no point realized he doesn't work here. And I even more love the fact that all the workers that were watching this go down definitely realize they don't know who you are and you don't work here, but just let their boss continue throwing a tantrum. That's the way to go about it, okay? As long as he's throwing a tantrum, you're not actually having to do any work. So go ahead, let him scream at absolutely everybody in the store. Sure, you might lose some customers, but who cares, man? It's his problem. You're not the one in charge. I know it's your number, but quite some time ago, my girlfriend and I, who's now my wife of more than 15 years, moved in together and had to set up all the things. Cable, internet, phone, all that. We got our home phone number, our 2 cell phones, and we're off to the races. Almost immediately, we start getting calls for an establishment that does custom framing and various other art-related things. Let's call them Expo for Art. Of course, we had caller ID and we had friends that would call us, but inevitably, if we didn't recognize the number, it was something wanting to find out something about their order, or their frame was done, or what the hours were, or any thousands of other questions you would ask Expo for Art. I'm sure anyone else who had this happen will recognize the exchange. Sorry, that's no longer their number, this is a residence. Yes, I'm sure. No, I'm not giving you my address. No, I don't know their new number. Yes, I have a phone book, but so do you. Eventually, after thousands of these, and changing the message on our answering machine to say, "This is not, I repeat, not Expo for Art. If you're trying to reach Expo for Art, please hang up, look up their number, and try that, because we're not them." Eventually, I got my gazillionth call, and I asked the other person on the end of the line where they kept getting this number, and they said, "It's printed on the receipt, so I guess I'll just call the other number." So I asked him, "Any chance you can give me that one? Thanks." And I call it.
Hello, Expo for Art.
You guys are still giving out my home phone number on your receipts.
Yeah, so?
Well, stop it. It's been at least a year since you've had that number. At least cross it out or something.
That's a pain. I'm not making employees do that.
So you're the manager?
I'm the owner.
So let me see if I have this right. What's your name again? Let's call him Fred. You, Fred, have just decided it's too inconvenient to cross my home phone number off your receipt, so you're just gonna keep giving it out.
Yep. What are you gonna do? Sue me?
Maybe.
Whatever, I got stuff to do. Bye.
I called a lawyer and didn't really have a leg to stand on, so I went to the store and asked for Fred, and they told me that Fred's not here. He's hardly ever here. In fact, you want me to call him? No, I'm fine. This is gonna sound odd, but is there any chance I can see one of the receipts? So she picked up a receipt book and shows it to me, and sure enough, it's got my phone number at the top above another one. I say, "I thought so. I couldn't get you at the other number. Some guy yelled at me, and I don't have my old receipt, so I had to come down here." We've been having that happen a lot, ever since Fred decided we didn't need 2 phone lines, but we had just bought 20 boxes of these receipt books and business cards, and he's too cheap to buy more until they run out, and I'd hate to be that guy. "Yeah, it would suck to be that guy," I replied. So I went home and hatched my evil plan. The next phone number I didn't recognize, I said, "Hello, Expo for Art." "Hi, this is Mary Smith. I dropped off a thing last week to be framed. Is it ready yet?" "Let me check. Yeah, actually, we finished it this morning. I hope you don't mind, but we decided to upgrade the matting because of the weight of the piece. It's the same color, and I won't be charging you for it since it was my decision." "Oh, thank you. I'll be down to pick it up later today. What time do you close?" I looked down at the business card with my number, and the hours clearly marked 11 to 4. "Take your time. We'll be here until 7. "Thank you so much. Can you please tell me how much that was?" $19.99, ma'am, plus tax, so $21.39. "Wow, that's cheap. Are you sure?" "Of course. If anyone has a problem, tell them that you talked to Fred." Okay, see you around 6. See you then. Thank you for calling Expo for Art. For weeks, I kept giving out completely random information. How much is a 36 by 48 matted frame? Let's say $25. Wow, that's cheap. How much to have it done custom? How they want it? Well, custom's an extra $10, so $35. Wow, that's cheap. I'll be right down. What was your name? Oh yeah, Fred? See you in 10, Fred. How much to have the entire front page of the New York Times from 9/11 mounted and framed? $34 unless you want our special proprietary newspaper frame and mat service. Only $50 and guaranteed for life, only at Expo for Art, and tell them that Fred sent you. I can only imagine the number of pissed off people who showed up to pick up orders that weren't ready, and when they finally were given a price way higher than what Fred told them on the phone. Eventually, someone let it slip that they called the number on the receipt, and that's what Fred had told them, and Fred was not happy. Hello, thank you for calling Expo for Art. This is Fred.
You are not Fred. I'm Fred. Are you trying to put me out of business?
Why, Fred, whatever would you mean?
Someone has been giving prices to my customers and telling them that their orders are ready when they're not due for weeks.
Well, Fred, who called them?
Nobody called them. They called us.
Then what's the problem? If someone called you and got pricing information, that would seem to be your problem.
They didn't call me. They called you.
Well, how did that happen?
Your number is on my receipts and business cards.
My. It seems there's a very simple solution here. Take my number off your receipts and business cards.
Do you have any idea how much promotional materials cost?
Well, is it more than it costs to do these jobs for the prices that you're quoting? Is it more than it costs to lose customers? Or is it less than that?
This is extortion!
Call it what you want, Fred. The choices and consequences are entirely up to you. A week later, hello, Expo for Art, this is Fred.
I've ordered new receipt books and cards. Can you please stop this crap?
Sure. Bye, Fred. I don't really know what he expected you to do, bro. First of all, just like having a bunch of business material with the wrong phone number seems like a very stupid thing to do, even if you already had a bunch made. And on top of it, why are you just gonna be so unnecessarily mean to someone pointing out an issue? What are you gonna do, sue me? No, instead I'm just gonna impersonate you and run your business into the ground, big dog. What you gotta say about that instead? To Fred, wherever you are out there, man, I hope Expo for Art is still pumping, but I hope you've realized that you might be an absolute idiot. I did not accept the job. Now please let me enjoy my holiday. This happened about 4 years ago when I was looking for work. My second interview was for a marketing position at a new firm, and the interview went well and I was offered a trial shift the following Monday. On turning up, it became clear that this wasn't a marketing job, but a door-to-door sales job for what was basically a huge multi-level marketing scheme. This service was to sign people up for charities on monthly donations, and to make matters worse, we were told to lie to consumers about our pay status, because we were making commissions effective to the first 2 months of their donations. My boss would then get another month and the company would get the rest, equivalent to 6 months of donation. But we weren't supposed to tell people that and had to tell them we were salary, which we weren't, and I only found out during the trail it was commercial only, or trial, sorry. So far, not so good. When they offer me the job, I let them know I have another interview lined up the following day and I'll let them know by the end of the week. The interview goes well and it's a real, albeit temporary role, and I'm offered the job and inform the MLM of my decision. This is somehow a 30-minute call where he's trying to convince me to work for him with me saying I'm not interested at all. Fast forward to the next Monday and suddenly I'm rudely awoken at 9:15 with a phone call and I answer to this. I hadn't saved his number. Hello, this is me speaking.
Where the hell are you?
Sorry, what? You were meant to be here at 8:30. This isn't a good start to your first day, is it? Why are you so late? Sorry, but who is this? It's not the interviewer from blank. You know, the company you work for. It's too late now as your team has left, but you better be on time tomorrow. Sorry, there must have been a misunderstanding. I got offered a job at this different place and accepted the role. Sorry for that. Well, you should have told us. It's not professional to just not turn up, and we would have hired someone else. Now your team is short-staffed. I told the interviewer maybe check with him. Anyways, I gotta go. Bye. Hoping this is resolved, I get up and go about my day, and on Tuesday morning, I'm awoken again to the same guy demanding reasons for me not turning up to work. Apparently, not working for them is not a valid excuse. This amazingly continued until the following Monday, where I was told I was let go for unauthorized absences. When asked if this means he'll stop calling me, he told me to grow up and be professional about it. I think I dodged a bullet there. Well, I love how apparently not working there is not a valid excuse. What other excuse could they possibly want? I mean, honestly, like if not working there is not a reason to show up, how do they keep track of anything? You know how many people are like probably just randomly showing up, getting one day of working and dipping? I don't understand why they didn't get this resolved any quicker either. You're like, hey man, I talked to the dude. He said that it wasn't my problem, so I was just assuming it wasn't my problem. Nah, let's just keep calling him for a week and annoying him instead. That's obviously the best course of action. Forget anything else.
Caveman, speak.
So in the 90s, I rented a large workshop with two friends. I was a woodworker and the other two were metal workers, so obviously none of us resembled the previous business which had installed skylights in any way. Anyways, cue the customer of a previous business named C. I've condensed this as the verbatim conversation because it went on for a very, very long time. Arrives at my door is C, who was a real Karen. I need repairs done to the skylights you installed. Sorry, that business has moved and I don't know where they are now. No, I need you to send someone over now. The skylights are leaking. As I said, that business has gone. We are a different company. No, right now. I repeated the above at least a half a dozen times, and about now I'm realizing I'm dealing with either a genuine loony or someone too entitled to listen to common sense, so I try another tactic and decide to try it again in caveman speak.
Skylight business gone, new business come. You talking to new business now, understand? No skylight here. Look in phone book. Go away now.
And she ended up leaving in a big huff. It's all about communications, folks. Oh man, honestly, this is a pretty good idea. If someone's ever annoying you, just go full caveman. Why did you leave your dishes in the sink?
Me no do dishes. Me want to hunt deer with bow. You do dishes.
You know, you get your quarterly report in late, the boss comes in, they're like, dude, where is the quarterly report? We can't file our taxes until it's done.
What is quarter? I pay with dinosaur bone.
I don't work here anymore, and no, I will not come into work. Last holiday season, I worked seasonally for Target. It was a disaster from the start. The managers had no organization whatsoever, and I should have known when they scheduled me for my second interview and the manager didn't show up that I was screwed. Towards the end of the holiday season, after Christmas and before New Year's, they offered me a non-seasonal part-time position, and I was going to accept it, but they wanted me to work a ton for part-time. And being a college student, they were not willing to be flexible at all, so I said, nope, I'm done after my last day on January 6th. Everything was good after I was done with that train wreck, and I was off starting my second semester, when on January 20th at 5 p.m., I get a call from Target. Hey, this is blank. Are you running a little late? You were supposed to work at 4:30. No, I quit over 3 weeks ago. Well, we're really short-staffed. Can you come in anyways? No, I don't work there anymore. I told you that and I'm at school. Are you sure you can't come in anyways? Thank goodness I'm done with that disaster. And since this holiday season's coming up, I got a job at a different place, thanks goodness. Man, I just feel like Target's got to be really upset about this one, you know? They're like, no, someone's making us look bad. Quick, get the PR team on its stat. It's okay, you're a department store. I'm assuming all department stores are absolute train wrecks. You know, there's just a lot of workers. The managers probably don't really want to be there either. So, yeah, from time to time, you're going to end up getting called and told to come back into work even when you're across the country. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. And of course, subscribe if you're new and haven't already. If you really want to help me out, down in the description is a link to a playlist of all the Reddit videos. So if you're ever doing homework, just need something to listen to while you're gaming, whatever it may be, feel free to check out that playlist. I would appreciate it. And one last time, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff helps me out a lot. And yeah, on that note, guys, that'll do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.